Hello, welcome to our assembly for today. Now, today, if you're watching this, let's get this right. It's Wednesday for you guys. I am recording this on Tuesday. So, what is special about Tuesday for you guys yesterday? And you did something really, really exciting to do with it in school. That's right. So yesterday, lots of people said it's Pancake Day. Now, I wonder if anybody knows the proper name for Pancake Day. Put your hand up. Don't shout it out. Tell your class teacher if you know what it is. Now, the real name for the day is Shrove Tuesday. And it's to do with the tradition of eating up food before Lent. And we're going to talk about all of these things because it's all part of the Christian calendar. So the word shrove is an Old English word meaning to forgive sins, to forgive things that you have done wrong. Okay, and Shrove Tuesday marks the start of and introduces the idea of Lent, and it's an important time of year for Christians. It reminds them of when Jesus was in the desert for 40 days and 40 nights without any food. Okay, and it was an important time and place for Jesus because it was a time of preparation, getting ready for something important. Jesus was getting ready for his work of healing and teaching. He was on his own so that he could think about God with no distractions. And he had a busy and important time ahead. Christians today use Lent as a time to focus and think about God. So Jesus was tested when he was in the desert. And I wonder if you can think of the ways that Jesus was tested to see if anybody knows. Pause the video, answer the questions if you know. So Jesus was tempted by food, power, and money, testing his faith in God. But the main thing is that Jesus stuck by God. Jesus said, no, I know what's right. I know what the right thing to do is, and I'm going to remember to do the right thing. And Christians today, remember, when things get harder, when they're tempted to forget God, they can trust in God who never leaves them. Now, what Christians also do on the Wednesday following Shrove Tuesday, which is called Ash Wednesday, is some Christians will give something up for Lent. They might say, I'm not going to eat any chocolate throughout the 40 days of Lent, or something that they know is good for them if they give up. So it might be that they decide that they're not going to eat biscuits, or you might hear grown-ups saying, I'm not going to drink any beer. Sometimes Christians will choose to do something really positive and say, I'm going to do something good in the world. It might be something to do with charity, or I am going to do something positive in society. I'm going to pick up litter every day in Lent, or I am going to help at a food bank each week, or something like that. So thinking of something that you can do and keeping that thing going, even though it's difficult, that's the key thing. Now, sometimes we think of this as turning over a new leaf, starting afresh, so that we have a clean slate and think, right, that's it for me, no more biscuits. Now, one of the things is that when Christians would give food up, they would use stuff up that's in the cupboard. They would use stuff up. And that's where we get pancakes from, because the pancakes would be eaten so that the food could be used up so that it wasn't used during Lent. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, because as you can see, I am in my office around here, in my office. I'm going to go home and I'm going to start recording this again in my kitchen. And I'm going to see how good my pancakes are. Would you like to see me make pancakes and see how good my pancakes are? If they're really, really amazing pancakes, I will bring them around to all of your houses tonight. I probably won't, I'm just joking. I'll see you in my kitchen. Hello. I've managed to put my phone up on the kitchen cupboard, so I'm having to kneel down a little bit to talk to you at the moment. But this is me in my kitchen. It's a bit of a strange one for me because you guys are watching this as the next bit of your assembly, but for me it's taken an hour for me to get home, get myself changed and do all the stuff that I need to do. But I'm ready! It's tea time and I'm going to make pancakes so that I'm using up the stuff like Christians have done for a long time before the start of Lent, which starts tomorrow. So while I'm doing this, I want you to be thinking about something that you might give up for Lent, or I want you to be thinking about something that you could do each day in Lent. It might be a promise that you make to yourself about kind words, about helping mum and dad at home, all sorts of things. So let's crack on and look at what we've got for my tea tonight. So I'm going to have pancakes for tea. So I've got my scales, I've got a measuring jug, I've got a bowl, and because I'm not very good at mixing by hand, I've got my electric whisk. There we go. And yep, I'm going to need a spoon as well, just to spoon the flour out. So I've got my frying pan. I've got a little bit of olive oil to cook the batter. I've got some milk. I've got some plain flour, which I'm going to weigh out on the scales in a minute. And I've got the last 2 eggs in the box. Okay, so I think I'm ready. So the first thing that I am going to do is I am going to measure out 300 millilitres of milk. I'll move the bowl a little bit, the jug a little bit closer. I'm going to check on that scale when it gets to 300 millilitres. There we go. Right, got my 300 ml, and that is to go into the bowl. Okie dokie. Next thing to do, I am going to just dry out that bowl. Then I'm going to put the flour in that jug, and then I'm going to put the flour in it. So I'm going to weigh the flour out, and I am going to use 100 grams of plain flour. And this is where it starts to go poof all over the place. Turn the scales on. That would be a good start, wouldn't it? Well done, Mr. Boot. 100 grams. Important to weigh it out, otherwise you don't get enough. Here we go. Right, oh, and you might be able to see it's already started to go all over the place. Right, that's that. Put those on the other worktop and pop it all in. Scoop it all out with my spoon. Here we go. Just make sure that last bit of flour goes in. Okay. Who knows what my next ingredient is? What is it? That's right, I've got to crack the 2 eggs and put the eggs in there. So, crack the eggs 1 and 2. A quick wipe of my hands with a cloth, and there's my pancakes finished. Does that look yummy? Do you fancy eating that? No? Oh, well, there you go. Who knew? So I'm going to put my things away, and the next thing to do is I've got to stir it up properly and properly whisk it. So I'm going to put my other bits and bobs out of the way, and then I'm going to use my whisk and whisk it all up. Now you can see a little bit that the flour is kind of going all over the place, but we're not quite ready for the fun bit yet. Okay. So that's whisked into a nice batter, and you can see the batter is kind of moving about in there. Just get a little bit from around the edges. Nice and fluffy. Okay. And we're on to the good parts. So let's just turn the camera slightly. Tell you what, if we use that ring, you can see it better. Okay, so I'm going to turn that on Obviously, if you are on your own, then you make sure that you don't do this and you've got an adult who can help, and you tell that adult what it is that you're doing. I need a plate. Got my plate, and I'm going to pop that there, ready to cook, and I'm going to get the oil nice and hot. And then the thing is going to be, can I toss the pancake without making a complete and utter mess of it? Can I flip it just as well as you guys managed to do with your pancake flipping in the courtyard room today? So when the oil is nice and hot, and I'm going to pour in a little bit of that batter and let it get cooking. Okay, looking good, looking good. I've got a spatula so that I can turn the pancake over with a little bit of help. And we're getting there. So remember, this is because today, as I'm recording this, is Shrove Tuesday. And tomorrow is Ash Wednesday, which is the start of Lent. And traditionally Christians would use up the food so that they don't have those treats, those really lovely things, when they're thinking more about God, about their faith. But now modern Christians might spend a little bit more time actually doing something positive, taking some positive action. So doing something really good each day that makes the world a better place, because that's what people, Christians believe God wants, is for them to make the world a better place, to do God's work. And there's a lot of modern Christians who will be looking at something like that instead. Okay, it's kind of getting a little bit stuck, so I'm just going to edge it around there. Okay, not quite yet. It's just stuck in the middle a bit. Okay. Right. So what I'm going to do is I am going to see if I can toss that pancake. Now you might see the pancake go up and out of the camera shot and back down again, and it'll look perfect like this if I get it right. Or it will be a massive pile of batter in the middle of my pan. Put your hand up if you think I'm going to do this perfectly first time. Okay, put your hand up if you think I'm going to make a complete mess of it first time. Thank you for your faith in me. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Hey! Yeah. Not bad. Not bad. It's kind of there. Can I rescue the pancake? Can I rescue the pancake? I need to use the spoon. Spread it. Oh, that's not bad. That's not bad. So it's cooking now, and all those ingredients have combined to make my pancake. So as we were saying, people will think about things that are really, really good and what they can do to make better. So it might be that you help people at home and you promise that you're going to do something each day at home. You're going to do the dishes, you're going to help mum and dad, you're going to, I don't know, do jobs for gran and granddad. I've got no idea. So there's lots of different things that you could do. And it might be that you concentrate each week on our global goals, and you can think about how you can help people within our global goals. And certainly this week we've been thinking about kind words. So here we go, give me some kind words. I'm going to try flipping the pancake, seeing if I can get it right. Okay, you ready? 1, 2, 3, hey! No is my answer. I am not very good with this first pancake today. Right, can you see it's turning a little bit golden brown? Okay, and that's the sort of colour that you want it to be. So I just need to cook it a little bit more. Now normally I cook it on a different ring to this one, but because this one isn't quite so hot. Right, one last time to flip it. Whee! There we go. I've got it. I tell you what, I could be on Ready Steady Cook or Master Chef or something else like that. Okay guys, what's the next thing to do? Who can tell me what it is that's next? Well, the next thing is actually to eat it and to see how good it tastes. So, right, now that we've got it cooked and it's the right colour on each side, yep. I'm going to pop it, turn the gas off, and I'm going to pop it onto my plate. Now, some people like Nutella, banana. Some people like fruit. Me, I go for a little bit of sugar, and then take the lid off, a squirt of lemon juice. And some people will use fresh lemon. I like a big squirt of lemon juice there. And I'm going to put this on the worktop where you can see it just there. Grab my knife and fork. Now, if this tastes amazing, I will come round to everybody's house tonight and I will make them pancakes individually. Okay, so let's see. Here we go. Is it going to taste good enough for me to bring round to everybody's house tonight? Oh, they're good. That is a good pancake, but I'm not bringing it round to your house. Sorry. Right. So, let's take my camera off it. So there we go, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching my can't cook, won't cook, ready studied MasterChef bake-off type thing, whatever it was. But the pancakes were really, really good. Now, like I said in the video before I kind of wobbled it and started taking the camera off the tripod, Christians believe that Lent is a time when they can focus on the things that they believe, the things that are important to them, and not get distracted by all the other things going around. So instead of thinking about the games that you're playing with your mates online, or thinking about the next meal, or the things that you're doing at the weekend, or the party you're going to, see if you can think about other people. See if you can think about how you're thinking about those global goals and what you're doing to go with that goal of peace, justice, and strong institutions to make the world a peaceful place using our kind words. Have a lovely rest of the day, guys. Bye-bye.